Steel Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. I'm really trying to get positive and trying to think good things and back the Aaron Rodgers signing, even though for many months, years, like 4 or 5 years, haven't liked the bloke, haven't liked it, but I'm trying. And hopefully, if you guys are watching this episode too, you're not a fan of Rodgers and maybe you're a bit on the fence, or you want to see some positive things and how he can make our team better, this episode is for you. So, Stellar Nation, let's have a bit of a check in. What's happening today? Not too much news, but there was a celebrity outing that Cameron Hayward put on a golf tournament or a golf day with mates, and that includes Steelers players. I think a lot of the rookies were there. Will Howard was there. You saw Connor Hayward, his brother. A lot of Steelers, and also you did see DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers. Now, like I said, not a huge fan. Day by day, I'm getting better. I do want to see this team be successful. And if that is going getting a quarterback who is the vet in the room, the Hall of Fame guy, can still sling it above the head, has a lot of knowledge, and he can help us win games and hopefully help us win playoff games, I'm all for it. So this is good news. The fact that Aaron Rodgers is turning up to these events with Cameron Hayward. And you know what, too? It could be a big possibility. A lot of time I didn't want this to happen. I was hoping he wouldn't sign, but when you look back at it, and I was reading Albert Breer's Sports Illustrated, Aaron Rodgers, how things worked out when he got the car. I think he drove the Chevy to the Steelers facility back in March, and he had a 5 hour meeting. Like there were signs there, so many signs that this deal was already done 2 or 3 or 4 months ago. The deal was done. The deal might have been done when the Jets had organized the first week one versus Steelers. It's been done for a while. I was hoping that he didn't sign, and then it felt like we were waiting. But in saying that, looks like Mike Tomlin and the crew had already known that Rodgers was going to be the guy. There's reports out there too saying they want to try and get Stafford. They were trying to get Kirk Cousins and other players like that, and they tried to pursue Justin Fields, and that fell through. So the next best option was Aaron Rodgers being the third option, but it looks like going back to March, it was already set in stone. So, but it was good to see. It's good to see Aaron Rodgers turning up to these events. It definitely looks kind of cool hanging out with the fellas. And yeah, these two blokes were passing the football a few months ago, and he's going to be QB1 and receiver one. But this is what you want. I don't want to see him go to Egypt. I want to see Aaron Rodgers fully checked in to be a Steeler. Now, in minicamp tomorrow is the first day of minicamp. I think the reporters should be asking him, like, you know, how are you going to get this team to the next level? How is Rodgers' expertise or his playing ability or his overall record in the NFL, like his just stature, going to propel this team to get playoff wins? That's what I want to see. And is Rodgers a team player? Is he going to be a true Pittsburgh Steeler? He's got a 1 year deal, but you want to see him checked in and not. Uh, I think with the Jets, to me, when I watch some Jets film, his passes are on point, but I didn't think that it was the best scenario for him as he was throwing people under the bus and throwing coaches under the bus and things were getting fired here and there. However, I want to see him connect with the team and just play good football and be a good Steeler for the year. That's what I'm hoping to see. So Rodgers and DK Metcalf were out there playing golf today, golfing with the fellas. And by the way, too, guys, there's nothing better if you are a man, lady, or lass, or whatever you guys are, man or lady. There's nothing better than hanging out with your mates, playing a bit of golf, and singing a bit of banter too. It was good fun. So Cameron Hayward had all the fellas around today. Well, not all of them, but some of the fellas from the Steelers, some friends at a golf day outing. And these are the things that I think can get people like me back on Aaron Rodgers' side. I'm really not a fan of him, but I'm hoping that the mini camps and the connection with the team and just the overall morale booster that can be QB1. And you know what? Now, even thinking about it, that the QB1 room or the quarterback room is much better than last year because you have Rodgers being number one, Mason Rudolph being the true backup, and Will Howard being your rookie. It's going to be fantastic. So it was a golf with friends day, and Cameron Hayward's hanging out there having a good time. This is a positive sign for me, and I think for people in my situation that I know some fans are running away. I'm not turning off my TV. I'm not handing in my terrible towel. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Actually, I'm going above and beyond. I'm going to Dublin. I'm going to Ireland to watch a game in week 4. I'm trying to get tickets, but tickets are like $1,700. So I don't know if I'm going to get that, but I'm doubling down and being a fan more than I can. And when you do look at this, and I said in my podcast the other day on G'day Steelers Nation, maybe it's a good thing that the Steelers are grabbing Aaron Rodgers and it settles this year down, 2025. No real expectations from me, but I would like a playoff win or get to the playoffs and win the division. But see how this pans out. But no real expectations, and maybe they are loading up for the future. We're still very excited to see what happens with our defense and D Harmon and YA Black and those dudes on that side and Jack Sawyer. TJ Watt's got to sign his contract. Darius Slay comes into the building playing cornerback with pairing with Joey Porter. There's other bloke there, Brandon Echols from the Jets. So now that the Rodgers stuff has been settled and it's been quietened down, we can start to put the pieces together. And our defense should look better than last year too. But they've obviously got to solve the issue of like the running up the field, and the middle piece of the field, and that's why they went and got Derek Harmon, and they didn't go draft Shador Sanders because they wanted to take care of that D line. But overall, guys, this is a good thing for our Steelers, for Rodgers, I think, to be part of the team. And I did read a tweet from Corey Hayward, which is Cameron Hayward's brother. It's his other brother, saying that times like these, when Rodgers and DK are hanging out and the whole family's hanging out, organized functions, they're the ones that we talk about. They're the ones that are published. So I imagine that they're phone calls, they're getting dinner together. Remember last year that Russell Wilson was paying for all the O-line? Incredible stuff. I just want to see, to be very honest, I want to see Rodgers come in here, play good football, throw the ball where it needs to be, and not be over cause a drama and not make silly mistakes. But yes, he did last year throw 28 TDs and 11 interceptions. If he still has it, and some people are saying he are, and even Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan believe he does have it. If he still has it, this could be a very interesting season. I've just got to warm up to the idea. It takes me a few weeks, months to get past my personality issues that I have with Aaron Rodgers. Once I move past that, I'll be cheering him on to wear number 8 and to go get us number 7. That would be fantastic to see a crazy miracle playoff run where Rodgers takes our team, the Steelers, or his team as well, the Steelers, to a Super Bowl or to a playoff run, and we see how it goes. That would be a lot of fun. So the boys out there are playing golf, having a good time. I'm having a good time being a Steelers fan. There was one more thing, guys, I want to catch you guys up on. I saw this post by Steelers Depot, and it said here, this is also by Albert Breer as well. If this is Aaron Rodgers' contract, so he gets an incentives $500,000 if Steelers make the playoffs, $600,000 a wild card win if he plays half the game, then $750,000 for a divisional if he plays half the game, $1 million for a title if he plays half the game, and $1.5 million for a Super Bowl if he plays half the game, and also $1.5 million winning the MVP award overall this year. So those are Aaron Rodgers' incentives. But to be honest, he's probably a mega million bloke who has over $200 million, $300 million. Like, these are great incentives. But I think for him, and I'm not going to try and speak for him, but if I was in his position, my incentive is just to walk off into the sunset, win a Super Bowl, and tell everyone to shut the F up, including me, including fans like me that don't like this choice or this signing for Aaron Rodgers to be our quarterback. The sunset or the incentive would be finish your career strong as a Steeler and always a Packer, a short-term jet, go into the Hall of Fame as a Packer, but win your last Super Bowl or ride off into the sunset with the Steelers. Tom Brady did it with the Buccaneers, and he was always a Patriot. He won one with the Buccaneers. I'm not saying it's the exact same thing, but it's a very similar story. If Aaron Rodgers turns it around and plays lights out football like he did 4 or 5 years ago when he was with the Packers in 2020, winning multiple MVPs, and he was at the height of his game. If he turns back the clock a little bit and can summarize the defense and go actually hard in the paint and rip up the defense in front of us and play great offense, this could be a big incentive. Not just the money, not just his money in terms of money for him to get if he wins all these things, the Steelers and get into the Super Bowl. But his overall incentive is to walk off into the sunset and paint a better picture for his Hall of Fame legacy and his career. I don't think he wants to walk away the same way when he injured his foot with the Jets, nor does he want to walk away from the game with a 5-12 season. Rodgers, I think, will be motivated to play good football with the Steelers and try and win the division 12-5, 13-4, something similar, and then use our defense and good running game, hopefully in the Arthur Smith system, using Warren and Caleb Johnson, that when he can put himself in that situation, he could be a Super Bowl champion, or at least a good run into the playoffs and finish his career there. I don't know if Rodgers is going to play one more year after this. Let's take a game by game. But his incentive to me is not the money. His overall incentive to me would just be finish his career strong with a better light than it was the New York Jets. The New York Jets put him through a really bad situation. There was bad O-line play. I saw him had to throw the ball super quick and was getting sacked a lot. So hopefully our Steelers can keep him upright and it's like a new adventure. I'm getting excited. It's taking me time to do so in terms of Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for QB1 for the Steelers. But it's kind of cool to see everyone getting around. The golf outing with Cameron Hayward. The fellas are checked in. The fellas are starting to come together. Mini camp tomorrow goes for 3 days. I'm going to go live as well with the Steelers Dynasty podcast with Bubba and Shane. Should be a good time. Thank you, Steel Nation, as always. And we've got to cheer this guy on. I can't believe he's a quarterback. You would ask me 2 years ago, 3 years. You asked me 3 years ago, I would say you're absolutely crazy. I'd say there's no way that the Steelers would ever go and sign Aaron Rodgers to be our quarterback, the guy who beat us in Super Bowl 45. The guy's been playing for 20-something years and now into his 21st year, 22nd year. I would say there's no absolute way he signs to be a Steeler. And here we are. It's going to be a fun season. All righty, Steel Nation. I'll see you guys later.